Zain presents to his classmates on the topic of racism.
Hello, my name is Zain and today I will be discussing racism. Let me first begin you with what racism is. In my opinion, racism is discrimination against another people's race. For example, I could be racist to a Christian basically because of the skin color. Now I'd just like to talk to you about why are people racist. People are racist because they are selfish, you know. Some people are jealous of other people's opportunities which they might be limited to. Some people are jealous about other people's success, you know, just because, you know, I'm Muslim and I could be racist to a white person maybe because they're more smarter than me, cleverer than me, they get farther in life than me, and I just take this as an opportunity to, you know, take my anger out on people who have something which I do not have. And also, another major factor of racism is environmental factors. People are racist to people because of where they come from, you know. Some people might be lucky to have, you know, a lot of money, a lot of food, whereas some people are limited to food, and people can take this act to just be racist to them because of the skin color and just because they're not as rich as other people are. And also, I'd just like to talk to you about some definitions about racism. The word Paki is actually quite a big word used nowadays, and a lot of people are offended by us, a lot of Muslims, and, you know, people retaliate using this word. And I'd just like to talk to you about where the word actually comes from. The Paki actually comes from the 1950s when Asian immigrants were entering the UK, and as you know, well, you might not know, but people did not like this, and, you know, the word Paki referred to them. It never just referred to Muslims, it referred to Indians, Bangladeshis, Sri Lankans, and it was just like a word to know, like, the Pakis are here, you know, we don't want them here. And I'd just like to move on to other groups who are racist in nowadays. EDL. If you ask EDL what they actually do, they actually call this a fascist ideology. You know, they don't believe they're racist, but at the end of the day, they just want Muslims and other races just out of this country. Moreover, I'd like to go on to celebrities and racism. Racism is everywhere. As you know, Luis Suarez and Patrice Evra. You know, what impact does this have on football? Football is meant to be an inspiration to the younger generation. What happens when 6-year-olds turn on the television and see just two people being racist to each other? Why? Because one's black and one's Uruguayan. And what impact does this have? I mean, football is meant to be like, football's meant to be inspiration, and people look up to football. And for example, if I had a little brother, or if I had a little cousin who's turning on the television, what impact is that going to send to him? The FIFA motto is respect the game and respect your opponent. Where is the respect towards your opponent in being racist to him? And another example of this is John Terry. As you know, John Terry's racist abuse led to a big factor recently when, well, I think it's 2 times since Chelsea and Queen's Park Rangers have played, there have been no handshakes between the teams. And as you know, John Terry was also stripped of the England captaincy, and this also led to Fabio Capello resigning. But Fabio Capello said innocent until proven guilty, which I might say he has a point, and John Terry's trial will be at the end of the year. I'd just like to move on to the good side of racism. As you know, in the 1950s, Martin Luther King, you know, he fought for civil rights. He, after all, people used to ring him up at night and threaten him to kill him, to end his party, but he fought for civil rights. He used to get discriminated every day. I'd just like to also move on to Nelson Mandela. As you know, Mandela spent 26 years in prison, and he fought for the same things that Martin Luther King fought for. And in 1994, Mandela was elected the first black president in South Africa with his party, the African National Congress. I'd just like to end it there and ask you any questions. If you know anyone who's been a target of racism, or if you've been a victim of racism yourself.
I've known various people that have been racially abused,
Right.
and I have seen people actually swear at me and racially abuse me. But there's people that retaliate in a bad way, the best way to retaliate is just not say anything at all.
Yeah.
Because I just think people that do that are just, in my words, stupid. There's no point why can't we just all get along. And as you said, in football, there's no point of racism. How there is an inspiration for millions of children and people all around the world.
Yes.
Do you think we'll always see racism, or do you think it'll go away?
No, I don't think it'll ever go away. You know, people are judged on the colour, on where they come from, and you know, this is just in our human nature now, and I don't think it'll be going away anytime soon.
And cut.